Well, we're going to talk about some wedges, the MD3s and the PM wedge. We have all kinds of options for you. We have, in the MD3, we have 3 different grinds. We have a wide, which is new, we have a C, and we have an S.
Here we go.
And with the PM, which is another wide option, we now have 4 different grinds for you. And when I say grind, it's the configuration or the geometry of the sole. It's the bounce and the width, which is so key to turf interaction, sand, and so forth. When you're hitting,
I think we're about to have.
So we have these options for the following reasons. It's for the type of technique that you use, if you're steep, okay, or if you're shallow, okay, or the conditions that you're playing. If it's firm, soft, okay. The toughest is if it's firm around the greens and soft bunkers. That's a tough situation, but you can play that. Okay? In other words, in soft bunkers, you need more bounce. Okay? You need to keep on top of the sand. It's too easy to dig if you don't have enough bounce. Okay? Soft sand, firm sand. You know, you can get away with a wider sole, but it's better to have a shallower sole. And so we have a C and an S that's really good for that. In softer conditions, in sand and turf, the W, which this guy is right here, this is a 56W, so it's a little wider, okay? And it plays like more bounce, especially when you open it up. We have 3 different grooves. For spin control, we want the maximum spin on your lob wedges, which is 58 and 60. And then we start going down, and it matches and blends into the iron set as you go down the lob through 56, 4, and so forth into your gap wedges. We have little holes in our head. The reason why we have holes in our head is that we started with the PM wedge. And the PM wedge is a little bit unique, okay? And it looks kind of odd, this thing. A lot of people think it looks pretty ugly, actually. But it's like cheating.
Absolutely.
And what we did is Phil, when he got in the rough, he used a competitor's wedge a couple of years ago, actually, or last year. No, 2 years ago now. Sorry, it's early in 16. It's easy to say. Anyway, he, on a conventional wedge, he would feel like he would go under the ball, especially when it's in the rough. And he opens the wedge up in the rough like a bunker shot. And so what he wanted is extra land up here. And so we gave it to him at the hall of the PGA, where I welded 2 wedges together and we got it to him. We actually used it. Almost won. Mr. McElroy edged him out. So when we started, that gentleman over there, Chip Brewer, said, let's commercialize this, okay? Then when we started doing it, Phil said, well, let's put the grooves all the way out to the edge. And what happens is that when you open your face, you want to stay away from that guy. So you start coming up or out to the toe. And when you create loft, add more loft, and you start to come up the face. So he would have grass stains this high, but he's swinging pretty hard on the rough. Okay? And so that's why we put grooves on it. It actually makes it look bigger, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very.
So what we had to do, since we added so much weight, we had to take out the weight someplace, so we drilled holes. And what happens when you drill holes, you raise the center of gravity, which actually improves your spin. And that's what you'll see out here, some different folks doing that. But that's what we did back then. And we did the same thing with the MD3s. We did all the grinds.
Awesome. Good stuff. Good wedges. Awesome. No,
We've had great success out on tour. We've had, commercially, it's been
good.
Been really good.
Yeah. No, good wedges. They're good stuff.
You feel great.